so we're doing another weekly sales tip video, and this topic is on next week. You'll hear a lot of salespeople talk about, well, or it could be tomorrow or next week actually. So you'll hear a lot of salespeople say, okay, yeah, today I don't have a lot going on, but tomorrow I've got a couple cycles with this person, and this should come in tomorrow, or not this week, but it's going to be next week. And I think it's kind of a trap that a lot of salespeople can run into. I know it is, and I've seen it with our team sometimes, and it's important to handle things and make things urgent. So, if something really is, somebody's communicating it's next week or it's tomorrow, be smart to figure out how can you create a sense of urgency and how can you create a situation where you can wrap up or conclude the deal today. And that doesn't mean being pushy. It doesn't mean being hard sell or pushy. It means be tactful about it and figure out how do you take the time out of it to make it happen today. What would be needed today to get the deal concluded? And it's something that you have to figure out with your sales team, and while you're selling, even if it happens to you personally, then look at the situation, and if you're getting the answer from the prospect and they're saying, not today, but probably tomorrow, the question is why? Why is it tomorrow? So you got to figure that out and say, well, look, what would be needed to take the time out of it and wrap this up today? What would we need to do if that were to happen? And then just see what they say. I mean, you could just phrase it in many different ways, but figure it out. And figure out what the go button is. If somebody reached for a specific thing and they're interested in your product or service, remember to go back to that initial reach, that initial interest they had, and push that. If it was because if you were selling videos and they need a video on their homepage, remember to remind them of that initial interest and get them excited and get them interested in doing it, and increase the urgency. Like, hey, you said you have an event coming up by then. If we want to get this done, we're going to have to start this right now. So why don't we just get this wrapped up right now? We can get it going, and by next week we'll have it at this stage, blah, blah, blah. So be smart about it and think about how to be creative to create a sense of urgency and get it done right now. Because it actually helps them and you. If you get it done right now, it's a decision off their plate, it's a decision off your plate, you can move on and focus on your next cycle. They've made a decision, they're happy, and they're done. People a lot of the time will drag their feet and sort of procrastinate at the very end stages of closing a deal, sometimes for no reason at all. So focus on getting it concluded right now. Do whatever it takes to get it concluded right now. And just act as if there is no tomorrow and there is no next week. Next week the opportunity is dead. Tomorrow the opportunity is dead. Figure out smartly how to conclude it today. Okay? We'll see you next week.